I opened my restaurant because cooking over an open fire was my thing. Scratch-made cobbler, totally my thing. But spreadsheets and payroll, just not my thing.
Regions helps business owners keep up the good work and simplify the other work with business checking account options and time-saving cash management tools.
More time doing my thing works for me.
For tools and services to help you keep up the good work, switch to Regions at regions.com/smallbusiness. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio inside the Sonesta Gwinnett Place Atlanta Hotel. It's time for Gwinnett Business Radio. Gwinnett Business Radio is presented by Regions Bank. Brave the beginning. Member FDIC.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Stephen Julian. Welcome to Gwinnett Business Radio on Business RadioX, broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studios, also broadcasting all across your favorite podcasting platforms. With me usually, and almost always, is Mike Salmon. Today, Mike is behind the desk. He is producing, so he's letting me fly solo. Everybody do their favorite prayer or favorite wish that I don't screw all this up. And let's get right into it. We are excited to have two guests with us today. We have Enrique Alvarez from Vector Global Logistics. We have Shaun Collings from Regions Bank. He is the Financial Wellness Relationship Manager. But first, we want to talk to Enrique Alvarez. He is the Managing Director of Vector Global Logistics. Enrique, welcome to the program today.
Hey, Steve. Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure, and I love the intro music that you guys played.
Yeah, it was so good. I was doing a little dance in the studio, but enough about that. Let me ask you, Vector Global Logistics. Tell us about the company and tell us about what you guys do.
Yes, of course. Vector Global Logistics is an international logistics company. We have presence in Mexico, the U.S., and Chile. And what makes us special is we have a very unique results-based culture, which basically means we have taken the time and space component out of the equation, and we're measuring performance by results and results only. So our employees don't really have to be here at 8. They don't have to leave at 5. There's not like a 1 hour time for lunch. It's incredibly flexible when it comes to the time and space. But of course, we're very professional, hardworking, and committed when it comes to delivering results. For people that might not know what a logistics company do, it's just basically shipping products from different countries. It could be either by ocean, air, or truck.
So you help other businesses move their product, move their materials that they need to move, and you guys handle the behind the scenes, get things where they need to go. The fact that Vector is kind of known, you have this unique results-based culture, leads me to ask the question, when it comes to other logistics company, if they're not results-based, what are they based on? What are other companies doing that you are changing the culture about?
Yeah, no, and that's definitely a fair question. I'm pretty sure that you ask everyone tries to focus in results, and I think that's something that all businesses share regardless on the industry. So when I say we're all exclusively focused on results, is really taking all that extra administrative baggage out of the equation, right? So for example, we don't necessarily have to be at the same place. We don't always work at the same time. At the end of the day, we're an international logistics company. So our clients are in Germany, in South Africa, in China, and all over the world. Brazil, we ship a lot in Chile as well. And so the time differences are such that it makes no sense for some companies to still come manage 9 to 5 when 9 to 5 Atlanta time doesn't really mean anything to most of my clients anyway. So it's in that particular regards, like taking the space and the time. And so we have people all over the U.S. and the world, and they all work together as a team. And that's what makes us very unique. It's the organizational model, processes, and strategy behind it.
When a business owner is looking to work with a logistics company, what is at least one good question that business owner should ask a potential logistics company? Now, of course, the answer is they should call Vector and use you guys, but assuming they're going to talk to more than one, what are some good, arm our business owners who need a logistics company? What are some of the good questions they need to ask?
Yeah, I mean, some of the first questions that come to mind are logistics, and in particular, when it comes to shipping, is a very relationship-driven industry. So I'm guessing not the main question, but the thing that they're trying to get through all the different questions that they'll be asking is, can I trust this company? can I trust this person? Can I trust Enrique and his team to actually share my product with them? And so the questions will probably be kind of related towards finding out whether they can trust us or not. So it'll be things like, do you have presence in China, or do you ship from Ho Chi Minh City, or how do you manage the import process in the United States, or can you do customs clearance? But I think that all those questions are a little bit not superficial. They're very important, and they have to make them, of course. But I think they're all kind of like aimed towards, can I trust you, and am I going to give you my load? Because this is very important, very personal, and so it's hard to close new clients because of that reason, right? You first and foremost have to win their trust over.
Yeah, it's hard to interview trust.
Correct.
But you got to take that first step and then build trust from there. One other very interesting thing about your company that we found out is that you guys talk about having a passion to change the world, and apparently for every container you move, there's a donation that the company makes. Talk a little bit about this passion of Vector Global Logistics.
Yes, and thank you very much for asking that question, because that's really not only my personal best topic to talk about, but it's also what really makes Vector such a vibrant company to work for, right? We are in logistics, and we do an amazing job when it comes to logistics, operationally speaking. But at the end of the day, I think if you asked all my employees, they will tell you that they're here to change the world. And so we believe that we can change the world, and we're doing it just using logistics because it's a really good excuse to do it, because it covers everything, right? Everything has a logistics component to it. The microphone that we're using, the earphones, the computer, nothing's really produced and manufactured locally these days. So when we started the company, we said that we could probably use that to make a positive impact in the world. So depending on the office, we're donating, for example, in the US, we're partnered with an organization called Serve International, and we donate 100 meals for every container we ship to children in Kenya. In Mexico, we're partnering with an organization called Canica, which helps children with cancer. And in Chile, we have partnered with an organization called Quanil that helps children with special needs. And above that, which is a donation for every container that we move, we also have certain donations in kind and partnerships with organizations that are shipping products to different parts of the world, so we can not only take care of their logistical needs, but we actually make sure that they get a very, very high level service when doing so. Because we believe that if you ship a container and you kind of manage a company with the notion that you're moving containers, it's not the same thing as if your team and your employees think that they're moving hope or education or happiness, right? And so we're really trying to help organizations that are trying to make a positive impact in the world, and we just work harder and get inspired by doing so. So it's definitely a very selfish way of helping ourselves at the end of the day.
And I love how you mentioned that you get the employees involved, so as they're working, they understand that if, for all the work they're doing, there's going to be somebody's going to be fed, or somebody's going to be taken care of, or learn from something. So I love that. Have your employees been able to also get connected either through these organizations or other organizations where they can actually physically participate or get involved, whether it's with these organizations or others? Do you guys also encourage them to take their time as well as the work they're doing having a give back aspect?
Yes, definitely. And not only we give them the time to do so, but the company is fully supportive of whatever initiative that they come with. And I think the best way for people that are listening us now to understand this is to go to our website, because we have a lot of pictures and videos of all the different events that we have made. But just answering your question, we do. I mean, it's been a really challenging year for everyone when it comes to like personally doing anything. I mean, it's all been kind of around Zoom, like we're doing this interview, but yeah, so we definitely support that people not only have the opportunity to do so, but it is the expectation of me as founder of the company that they do that. And everyone knows that if they want to do it, they can do it.
Sure.
So we have definitely done that in the past.
I like that. I know you'll give this at the end of the interview, but vectorgl.com is the website, and people can see not only the work you're doing, but also the way your employees and the work you do is able to give back to the community. When it comes to let's get back to logistics for just a second. I guess I'll do the logistics of this interview. Oh, that was a bad joke. So, you talk about containers, and obviously having presence in Mexico, the U.S., and Chile, and doing shipping containers. Obviously, there's a logistical aspect of all around the world. Do you also help businesses who don't necessarily need the international aspect, but in any of the countries that you're in, if they're just doing national logistics stuff? I imagine that's an aspect as well that you can help with.
Yes, no, you're absolutely right about that. And we do offer domestic trucking, warehousing, and just in general, third-party logistics consulting, just supply chain consulting as well. So yes, if you're not necessarily shipping ocean containers all over the world, or you don't have any air freight around the world, we can help you with the domestic shipping and warehousing as well.
All right. Enrique, I'm allowed to ask one really dumb question every show, and I don't get to carry it over to the next show. So I'm taking a real risk that this might be in the first interview of the show, and then I won't have one in the back interview. When you talk about logistics, obviously businesses that ship a lot of product, businesses that their products are the business and people are buying and selling them, that's obviously logistics. Is there a logistical part to a company that doesn't necessarily develop a product? And I guess what I'm thinking is a company that needs stuff. Do they need to have a relationship with a logistics company? Where's that, somewhere beyond, hey, I just got to run up to Office Depot to grab a few things, to, no, I think I need a logistics even though I don't sell a product. Is there a need there?
Yeah, so I think it's a really good and interesting question. I think it goes beyond the semantics of the word logistics, right? Because you can use it for many different things. But so if you're running a company that's morely service oriented, you might not necessarily need transportation needs, right? But logistics, I think they'll always be there, and I think it has to do a lot more with the strategy and the planning and running an efficient, effective, smart business. So I think that that logistics is always present, no matter what business you're in. And of course, it is important, and it has been more important throughout the last 10 years. Back in the day, logistics was not considered as an important topic, and supply chain and third-party logistics companies and just logistics in general, now it's become incredibly relevant, and even more so after what we saw last year with the pandemic, the distribution of the vaccines, the state of our ports, because it's incredibly congested. There's no containers. It's been a mess. There's no other kind of way of putting it. But it's been interesting situation.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. That probably speaks to, if people read the bio on our website where we'll post this show, your background is in strategy consulting, and you say in the past you worked with the Boston Consulting Group. So obviously, as the world has become smaller, in many ways, logistics has become even more important. And like you said, Correct. It's a lot more than just transportation. So if someone were to want to start working with Vector Global Logistics, is there a free consultation? Do you guys want to start with a conversation? How does someone start the process?
Yeah, no, I think the best way of starting the process is visiting our website or connecting with me on LinkedIn or sending us an email. We do have on our website at the contact section a way for people to schedule an initial video call or just a simple call or meeting. So I think that would probably be the best first step, other than just sending me an email at enrique.alvarez@vectorgl.com.
Perfect. And the website, go ahead and give, you gave your email, which is probably the most important thing, but just go ahead and give any other contact information for people who need logistical help.
Sure. I think, again, going to the website at vectorgl.com, and also our LinkedIn page at Vector as well. You can just search Vector Global Logistics and you'll get the handle. You can follow us on social media as well, Instagram and LinkedIn in particular, but Facebook as well. And definitely visit us. You can see a lot of the things that we're doing if you need logistical services, or if you know of anyone that needs logistical services. And you can also see the things that we're doing in terms of the culture we have and the team we have, and some of the different ways that we are contributing to amazing organizations that are really changing and shaping the world.
Results-based culture and passion to change the world. Enrique Alvarez, the managing director of Vector Global Logistics. I hope other companies will pick up on those good key goals, because I think the world would be a better place if we all followed your lead. Thank you very much for being on Gwinnett Business Radio today.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you also for what you do. I think it's incredibly important what you're doing, especially now, giving voice to companies like mine and giving interesting, inspirational interviews to people to listen to out there. So thank you and the Gwinnett Business Radio for giving me the time to share a little bit about myself.
Well, you are very welcome. Thank you very much for being on the show. Before we get to our next guest, I want to remind everybody that Gwinnett Business Radio is brought to you by Regions Bank. Regions Bank is here to help your business's financial future stay on track. Regions Commercial Banking has a team of experienced bankers in Gwinnett who can guide you in all areas of growth. Get the resources you need so every step can move you closer to your business goals. To learn more, visit regions.com/commercial-banking. Regions Bank, member FDIC. Now, we don't have a commercial banker with us today from Regions, but we do have another very important member of the Regions team. It is my pleasure to welcome Shaun Collings. He is with Regions Bank. He is the Vice President of the Financial Wellness Relationship Manager. Shaun, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Financial Wellness Relationship Manager. Normally, we always start, hey, tell everybody about Regions. Well, we know all about Regions, and we're getting to know even more and more and more about Regions, which is why you're here. So Financial Wellness Relationship Manager, tell me about what you do.
Okay, well, as a Financial Wellness Relationship Manager, I partner with companies, institutions, universities, and build financial education programs for their employees. So we provide tools and resources to help them build their path to financial wellness.
And financial wellness is actually a huge top priority of Regions, and is not necessarily a priority that you see across all banks. And I'm not asking you to throw any of your worthy competitors under the bus, but I am going to ask, why is financial wellness such a top priority?
It's stress, right? Anxiety. So it's one of the number one stressors, actually, at the workplace. And so when somebody's focused on paying their bills. How are we going to pay daycare this week? How are we going to pay our rent? They're focused on other things other than productivity. But at the same time, it also just it manifests itself, right? These are where we start to see physical ailments. People start to get more ulcers, and you have a level of anxiety that is, I think, created and brought on by financial stress, and giving employees a way to manage those financial aspects of their lives really helps alleviate that stress.
Yeah. And Regions has a particular program called the Next Step program.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Okay, well, that is our program for financial wellness, right? So it's regions.com/next step. That's how you can get there. The tools and resources are actually available to anybody. They're absolutely free. You don't have to bank with Regions to utilize them.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Come on now. That's pretty awesome.
Well, we really believe that providing financial education and giving back and providing value that way, partnering within our communities is really the best way that we have to give back. We think that leads to a healthier, happier community. So we want to be able to provide those resources.
All right. So the Next Step is available through regions.com/next step. Is that what you said?
That's it.
Okay. And so that's available to anybody free. But if you're involved with an institution and a business, there's a little bit more to it. It's
Absolutely.
a little more organized. Talk about that.
Well, I think one of the things that sets us apart, too, when it comes to building a financial education program through our Next Step resources would be our ability to find out exactly what employees need, what they want and what they value, and kind of what their daily struggles are and where they're in their financial journey. So we actually provide a survey. It's anonymous, and people are able to fill that out, and I get a very detailed Excel spreadsheet letting me know exactly what they need and kind of where they are in their financial journey, and we build a program around that.
So the idea of going to the website and getting free resources, that's great. But free resources, everybody coming has different issues. But if you're involved in this financial wellness program through your business or your organization or institution, you're able to fine tune a little bit more based on what people are saying inside that organization.
Absolutely. Okay. And we're virtual too. So we're doing everything via WebEx, which eliminates, the logistics issues that we used to face, right? So we can offer different times on different days for different shifts. We can work with different groups within an organization very, very easily.
without giving away the secret sauce, I do want you to give away a little bit of the sauce. What are some of the resources that are available to help people in their financial journey? What are some of the things people would be able to learn about or be able to talk about through the Next Step or the other wellness relationship programs?
Well, we focus a lot on budgeting and credit because those seem to be two of the main, the main issues that we face in general when it comes to a healthy financial life, right? So it's all about money in versus money out, and you need to make sure that there's more coming in than there is going out.
You're giving away the whole secret.
Yeah, there you go. And also when it comes to credit, right, it's one of the hardest things to repair. So I would say, when you go onto our website, the regions.com/next step, you're able to access a lot of different tools that help you focus on those areas. We actually have ways for you to build a budget. We have different calculators that tell you, things like how much house can you afford or should you afford. The hardest part about a budget, I think, is building a budget. And the hardest part about savings is creating a plan for savings. All of that is going to be there, as well as different podcasts and worksheets, calculators. I mean, you name it. It's all there.
There's so many resources out there, and you guys have some great ones, and we're talking about them here. It really does kind of come down to taking a step. I mean, at some point, you got to just get that piece of paper out or get on the computer or get on your phone, find the right app, find the right, whatever it is that you will do it. That's the key, right? Helping people take that step to actually do it.
Yes.
So yeah, right. That's the worst question I could ask because the answer is,
no, and it's funny that you say that actually because the number one cause when you do all the statistical data and look at why people don't save or why they haven't found or been able to build a path to financial wellness, it's procrastination. It's just starting.
Right.
A lot of times people think they don't have enough or they're waiting for some event to happen or until they receive a certain amount of money or whatever it is. And they don't think about the fact that really every little bit helps. So start today.
Yeah.
So if you saved, $10 today and tried to grow that 20 years later, that makes a big difference in your life.
We're speaking with Shaun Collins. He is, excuse me. Oh man, I blew it. We're speaking with Shaun Collings. He is the Vice President, Financial Wellness Relationship Manager. Shaun and I had a nice joke off the air. You've been called Collins too many times to mention. If you had $1 for every time you've been called Collins, you'd be retired, right?
Oh,
living on a beach.
Yeah,
somewhere.
no, I'd have an island.
Yeah, so I owe you $1, but it's Shaun Collings. So, and the other joke I was going to make is, so Yoda was right. There is no try. It's do or do not when it comes to your financial wellness, and you guys are trying to help people take the steps to do it. So, what is your role? I know your role is Vice President, Financial Wellness Relationship Manager because it says it on your business card, but what is your role in this? What are you trying to do to help the employees and the individuals that you're working with?
As a consultant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to partner with human resources managers, benefits managers, and help them really find out what it is that their employees need. So we take a consultative approach. We find out what it is that they're going to find value in, what they're doing currently in their life, so where they're at as far as where they are in their financial journey. We're going to pinpoint it and we're going to organize a program, customize a program according to what it is that they need. And I'm going to structure that out for them. We're going to build it out and we're going to make sure that we facilitate it.
So when it comes to the individual, it's free because you can go to regions.com. When it comes to the institution or the organization, how do they get beyond the I can go to the website and get it free? How does an institutional organization get with you guys at Regions? What are the steps they need to take to have access to this level of program we're talking about?
Well, it's also free.
Stop it!
It's all free.
You're not going to stay in business long if you give everything away for free.
I can see that. I can see where you would think that, but I'll tell you, we really do believe in giving back and providing value, and we want people to have a positive experience with Regions Bank, and we want our communities. We want to be a part of our communities. We want to partner with our communities. We want to be a good neighbor, and the best way to do that is through financial education because that's what we do, and also through those partnerships. When people have a positive experience with us, we do hope that they turn to us when they have a financial need.
Some of those people are going to become your customers and clients, right?
Yes, yeah. So through those partnerships, we do hope to kind of, move beyond that and help people in their personal situation. But the gist of it is to give back and provide value through financial education.
So I'm gonna press you a little bit. I'm gonna push. All right, Shaun, we're getting ready. This is as close as we get to a expose interview. So you said to do this part, the financial wellness relationship with an institution or with an organization. You were saying that is completely free. They don't have to. The business doesn't have to have some kind of relationship already with Regions. You don't have to, I mean, literally someone could say, well, I bank at X bank and I do my loan through Y organization, but I want to set up a financial wellness program for my 100 employees. You guys will show up, set it up, get it working.
And run it.
Mm-hmm. And no cost to the business owner.
No cost at all. In fact, I do things, I work with, a lot of different corporations, right, across Georgia and in the Carolinas, but we obviously do this across our footprint. And, we'll do things like we have, I have one company in particular, actually. It's a logistics company. We run a credit seminar for every single one of their new hire classes. Yeah. And that's because of the age group of the people that are coming in are tending to kind of be with some of their first jobs. Yeah. And that's where people tend to get in trouble in the beginning, and it's the hardest to recover from. It takes the longest to get out of trouble, right, when it comes to your credit. So we give them a basic kind of 101. Here's how to positively impact your credit score, some things that could negatively impact it.
I love it.
That's just one way.
Yeah, absolutely. So here, it's so funny because, Gwinnett Business Radio, Business RadioX, we get asked all the time. We'll go out and meet people networking, and we talk about coming on the show to be a guest. And people are like, well, what does it cost to be a guest on the show? And we always say it's free. And then, by the way, when you're done with the show, we give you the show, and you can use it on your own social media or put it out on your website, give you content for your website. And they're like, how do you guys make money? Well, we're trying to find people who want to do their own shows, right? So you guys, there's no question, obviously you're a for-profit bank. Yeah. And banks make profit through, lending money out and having relationships and setting up accounts and through fees and other things like that. But there's nothing better than doing a giant program, a fantastic program that can be individualized or put together with a group to help people improve their financial situation. Because when you improve their financial situation, they need financial services. Yes. And that's what you do.
Well, and you've improved the quality of their life. Yeah. I mean, removing that anxiety from their life changes things, right? It really is a game changer. And, it's all about building relationships, and that's what Regions does well. So when you build a relationship and you truly provide value, that's, where there's staying power, right? That's when you're going to be working together for years. You're building that relationship grows, and you continue to provide value.
Your claim to fame, at least to me, is going to be, I'm going to say something right now at the end of this interview that I don't know if I've ever said on this program before. Here's what I'm going to say. There is literally no reason why any business owner, or any individual for that matter, that's listening to this interview, organization, institution, business owner, anything, there is no reason why they shouldn't reach out to you guys and find out more information about a free program that will help their employees with their financial wellness. A financially well employee is a wonderful employee, right? It's an even better. They'll be a better employee than they are today if they're in better financial position at whatever date when they finish with you guys. So where can people go to get more information about this fantastic program?
Well, they can reach out to me. The best way to do that is to email me at Shaun, SHAUN, .Collings, COLLINGS, @regions.com. And all this information is available at regions.com/next step.
And under that next step, obviously you said it was free to the individual. Is there a place on that website where they can, if they're a business owner, they can say, hey, I want to do this for my organization?
Yes, but the best way to do it is to email me directly, and I'll facilitate the entire thing.
All right, so Shaun Collings, SHAUN COLLINGS @regions.com.
That's it.
Man, Shaun, what a great interview. We broke new ground here on Gwinnett Business Radio by literally telling everyone listening to this should take part in the program.
I couldn't have said that better myself, and it's true. It's absolutely true.
Ben, if I were in your shoes, I'd be obnoxious about that. Of course, I'm obnoxious about everything, but I would be totally obnoxious about that. There's literally no reason why. The only reason someone shouldn't talk to you or get involved in the program is, I'm happy with where I am financially today. I mean, if you're happy with where you are, then okay, great. Even then, they might. There you go. Push back.
I was about to say, no, there's always room for growth, and you never know what the future holds, and you can't have too much information. So, that's the good thing about it is, as you get to where you want to be, your financial life it's multi-pronged approach, right? So there's different aspects of it. We can focus on one at a time, and very rarely are we 100% in all of them. I've only known one person to have a perfect credit score. I know there's more than one, but it was my dad. He's a general in the Air Force, a retired general in the Air Force, and he's pretty strict about things. So most of us have some room for growth when it comes to certain things.
I love it. So you pushed back, and even when you pushed back against me, you did it in a very unobnoxious way. So that's why you're in the role and I'm not, because I would be super obnoxious about it. What a great interview. What a great role. Shaun Collings with Regions Bank, thank you so much for being here today.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to remind everybody that Gwinnett Business Radio does come to you live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studios. Love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Enjoy big savings and a hassle-free experience at Subaru of Gwinnett, where people sell cars. Visit SubaruofGwinnett.com and join their family today, or come in and see the difference. If you're already a Subaruist, then check out their Facebook page for the latest news, offers, and community events. I totally missed having Mike with me, although he did a great job producing behind the little half wall. And I want to remind everybody that Gwinnett Business Radio does come to you live, but it also is available on all your favorite podcasting platforms. Whatever podcasting platform you like, search Gwinnett Business Radio and you'll find us. If you don't, I'll give you $1 and then I'll find out what platform it is, and I'll make sure that we get on that platform, because we are all over podcasting and we want to be known as the voice of business in Gwinnett and around the world. Want to also remind everybody that we are on all your favorite social media platforms. Just search at Gwinnett Radio X, whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram or yada, yada, yada. You get it. We're all over the place. We're all over the place because we want to broadcast and amplify the voice of business. That's what we love to do. Thank you very much for joining us. So for Mike, this is Steven saying we'll catch you next time on Gwinnett Business Radio.